Hello, Chaz.
Hello.
Hey, Joel, how's it going?
Hey, good. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful. I'm really glad to know you guys got so many things and so much press going on. I just want to say, first and foremost, thank you so much. I'm really glad we could work this out.
Oh, of course, man.
So, the very first time I interviewed you and we talked was right before Thanksgiving 2013, which was the 25th anniversary of MST3K. And boy, things sure have changed for Misty fans and for yourself, and with so many amazing developments in just like that half decade's time. So, how different is it about to be going into Thanksgiving and the 30th anniversary now this year than it was for you 5 years ago?
Oh, my goodness. Well, doing the Turkey Day 5 years ago was really important as far as kind of just coming back to it and starting to wade back into working with MST. So it was really important. And getting to do it once a year and just kind of, just getting in there again was hugely important. And it all felt good as I proceeded into it. So it really helped kind of set the stage for the other stuff that was going to come, like the Kickstarter and getting to go and do it on Netflix, and then doing our live tour a year ago last summer. And now we got a comic book that just came out 2 weeks ago that we're doing a 6-issue mini-series, which will eventually be a 144-page graphic novel that's coming out. And then, of course, this live tour, which ends in... We'll finish in Minneapolis, in November, and be basically, I think, 3-4 days before Turkey Day 2018. So it's been really, long story short, it's been completely worth the wait for me. And I'm loving getting to work with the brand again, and people seem like they're into it and enjoying it. So it's working out good.
Yeah, I'm definitely enjoying it a lot myself, and I really enjoyed the live tour stop last year. I was present for the EGA show, and with that being one of my favorite original episodes, I think that might have been like the second DVD I ever purchased back in 2000 was like that episode.
Oh, my God. That's great.
Yeah. And then to see like an entirely... Good. Oh, go ahead.
No, that's all.
Oh, I was going to say, and then to see like an entirely new show off a movie that, I knew. And actually got the chance to meet Richard Kiel a couple years ago and how much he loved that release and the MST3K version of it. So then to finally...
Well, I did. I got to meet Richard Kiel, too, and he was so nice and gave me a lot of background information on, working with the movie and what it was like. It was really, he's a very sweet guy.
Yeah, and when I met him, it was at Dragon Con, and he had all the photos from like the Bond movies and from Happy Gilmore on the table, and I was looking at him, and I said to him, just out of curiosity, do you have anything from EGA? And he goes, as a matter of fact, I do. And he leans back, goes into his gym bag, unzips it, pulls out the one EGA 8x10 he had with him, and he signed it for me. And then we got into a really nice, really thoughtful conversation. So, but yeah, and so seeing a movie that like I knew pretty well and seeing the brand new spin and the riffs that you guys put on it was just tremendous. So looking back at that show, that show last year was kind of the hometown show. How was that Minnesota stop for you?
Well, it's huge because, the show honestly could not have happened or come from any other place. It's just like, my whole comedy career started in Minneapolis. I started doing the clubs there, the Ha Ha Club and the Comedy Cabaret and the Comedy Gallery and Dudley Riggs were all places I used to play, and that really got me set up to do, do stand-up on a national level. I got to do 4 late night with David Letterman's and 5 Saturday Night Lives on national TV, and it really was where I started. And then when I took a break from stand-up, I came back and and wanted to kind of use my clout. You know, I was like probably a guy coming back to Minneapolis with national credits, and I wanted to take advantage of that. And I knew I could probably get something going in Minneapolis. And my idea was Mystery Science Theater. And so we were able to do it on KTMA, a local TV station, and Channel 23, and really got going there. And I got to use all local people. I kind of felt like I'd been in New York and I'd been in LA, and I thought there were just as many funny people in Minneapolis. And we did it all with people who were, you know, lived within a 30-mile radius of where I lived. So Minneapolis is really, you know, we tried to really stay true to Minneapolis while we were making it, and we still try to do that.
Excellent. So with this new season that's about to premiere on Thanksgiving Day as a new, you know, all-at-once sort of Turkey Day sort of marathon, you know, this is the first season you guys have done following doing the live tour last year. And I think back to Run DMC's landmark Raising Hell album, which was entirely written on the tour of their previous album before that, and about how being on the road just enhanced their chemistry so much and created a lot of creativity and really getting to know each other then. So now with this new season, do you feel there was much of an influence from being out with the team on tour?
Absolutely. It's like, you know, when we went out a year ago last summer, it really was unknown. Like, I couldn't even get my head around it. Like, how do you do a 6-week tour, like, while you live on a bus? Like, I felt it was like going to be like getting shot into space. Like, how do you get ready? What do you do? Do you ever feel like you've landed? Do you ever feel like you're any place? And the truth is, it's great, because at the end of the show, you know, get your stuff and get your sweats on, and you get in the bus and hang out for a little while, and then you go get in your bunk and watch a TV show and go to sleep. And when you wake up, you're in the next town, and you grab your stuff and go into your dressing room and take a shower and just start getting ready for the next show. So actually being on tour on a bus takes the tedious part of travel out of it, because you're sleeping while you're traveling. Now, the other piece of it is you're mounting the show every night for 1,500 to 1,800 people. And so you get into this very rarefied state of performing that is kind of what people are paying for. You know, they want to see you at your best. And when you're doing that on a regular basis, a lot of great things happen. And it's a little bit like maybe being an athlete, I guess. Maybe that. I mean, I'm not an athlete, but this is the closest I'll ever come, because you have to perform on a very consistent level for an extended period of time. And so I totally get your analogy to Run DMC, where they were able to, you know, gather and kind of collaborate on this level. And so, coming back around to your question, it had a huge impact on the next season, which is season 12 that's coming out on Netflix at Thanksgiving. And it informed it a lot, because we had done 40 live shows, you know, that summer. And then in the fall, we started working on the new show. And so, yeah, absolutely. It had a huge impact on it. And then again, because it was so unknown prior, it's so much easier planning the show now, because we've actually lived through it, and we know what the set's like on stage. We know what the audience likes. We know, you know, prior to that, it was all unknown. Nobody had ever figured out a way to really bring Mystery Science Theater to the stage. You know, how do you do it with the sets and the robots and the doorway sequence and the actual silhouettes, and how do you do that? And so that is all kind of figured out, and so now we can kind of focus on just doing a good job.
Excellent. Wow. Well, I know like you like to keeping it a bit under wraps, and the element of surprise is a big thing. So with the forthcoming season, then that's dropping on Thanksgiving, a few days after the Minnesota show. Is there any sort of hint? Like, is there going to be pot that you could let us know? Is there any holiday episode or anything in particular you're going to be excited for that you can give us the slightest hint or flavor?
Well, it's funny. There are a couple of sly references to Turkey Day and Thanksgiving. And the thing that, again, we were at a little bit of a disadvantage because we really were hoping they were going to release the show on Thanksgiving. And we suggested it to them, but they're just so, it's like Netflix is its own universe, and it's run by rules we don't really understand sometimes. And so you can kind of suggest stuff, but they might say, they might say, well, that doesn't fit the way we're going to do it or whatever. And we were just so lucky that they saw that the wisdom in doing it on Thanksgiving and let us kind of do that. And so we were hoping it would land on Thanksgiving on the 30th anniversary, but we didn't. It's not built into it. So we tried to put a few sly things in there, in the hope that it would get on. And so, yeah. So again, I'm just being incredibly vague because I am not supposed to talk about it.
But that's something, and it makes all the more incentive to catch it all back to back on Turkey Day. So.
Yeah, it's really designed to be. The thing that I was just going to say something, and I realized I should just shut up. I got to keep it. I got to be careful what I say about. But I'll say this. This season is really the Mads are really kind of acknowledging that they're on Netflix. And they're really trying to take advantage of that, and I think it's the kind of thing that people are really gonna enjoy. I hope, and it's like when we made the shows last time, the episodes that the backers with the Kickstarter funded, we really wrote them. And I think at that time we knew we were going to be on Netflix, but we didn't know what the experience would be like. And now, having gone through it again, we just have that advantage of the experience. It's just like the live show. You get more and more familiar, you get all this feedback, and you can kind of adjust to what people really liked about it. Fortunately, the feedback was really good. We're like, it sounds like I'm tooting my own horn, but we're like 100% fresh on Rotten Tomatoes right now, which seems slightly unreal. I don't know if we can sustain that another season, but we're the highest rated show right now on Netflix. It's slightly unreal. And so we got a lot of feedback from that, what people liked about it, and even the things they didn't like that we could even try to improve on. But I just don't know if we can. I don't know how likely it is we get 100% again. I doubt it.
I have complete faith you will.
Thank you.
I'll go as far as to bet money on it. So no further pressure.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, I can see where we're running very short on time now. So I just want to say once again, thank you so much. I'm looking very forward to seeing you come out. And hey, I'll buy you a cup of the Loon Chili when you get out here.
Oh, for sure, man. Cool. I would love that. Thanks. You.